You have used Islam as an ATM machine. Nowhere.
Right.
Pakistan is going nowhere. This is my answer to you. If you dare, and if Kashmir is so close to you, do something. And this is my challenge to you. This is my dare to you. That is how Prime Minister Modi treated Imran Khan. He treated him like a street dog. He said, I'm not going to respond to you. Keep barking. And Imran Khan kept barking, and then they put him in jail. Now he stopped barking. Jai Hind friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the CHANAKYA Dialogues English. Like this video, subscribe to our channel and do not forget to press the bell icon. My friends, Pakistan, I don't know what to say. Pakistan is having fits. And Pakistan is going nuts. Not just their media, their politicians, their bureaucracy, their military structure. The people of Pakistan, everybody is going absolutely crazy. And let me tell you what's happened. Ever since the Supreme Court of India yesterday upheld the centre's decision to abrogate Article 370, the Pakistanis, let me read their comments to you, then you'll realize what's happening in Pakistan. So this says that, and this is from Dawn, by the way, which is a Pakistani English newspaper. In a rebuke to the Indian Supreme Court's decision to uphold the 2019 revocation of occupied Jammu and Kashmir special status, caretaker Foreign Minister Jalil Abbas Jilani strongly condemned the ruling, declaring it a product of a pliant judiciary and asserting that it holds no legal significance. In the press conference where he delivered Pakistan's initial reaction to the verdict, Mr. Jilani criticized the Indian judiciary, stating the credibility of the Indian Supreme Court has been compromised for the last several years, particularly ever since the advent of the current leadership in India. He stated any process subservient to the Indian Constitution carries no legal significance, blah, blah, and some more blah. Anyway, now let's make fun of the Pakistanis. So, first of all, India abrogated 370 and 35A, and that abrogation was upheld by the Indian Supreme Court. Now, the Pakistanis clearly don't like it. Occupied Kashmir and this, pliant judiciary, etc., etc., etc. Now, I want to ask the Pakistanis only one question, and just one. What are you going to do about it? Let's be very honest here. No more fakery from your side, right? No more verbal gymnastics. Let's cut to the chase, as the Americans say. What are you going to do about it? You say that our Supreme Court's decision has no legal significance. You can think about it any way that you wish. That's your call. What in God's name are you going to do about it? There is nothing that you can do about it. There is nothing that the world can do about it. And for a very long time, I have explained to the Pakistanis, I've tried to explain to these Pakistanis that what India is doing is legally correct. It was a temporary provision. Article 370-35A were temporary in nature. They were part of the Indian Constitution. What India does to its Constitution has nothing to do with the Pakistanis. But the Pakistanis did not understand, and hence, what I am saying today is a result of a failure on my part to explain to the Pakistanis over several years as to what 370 and 35A was. Now, clearly, they're not very intelligent. They're not the brightest bulbs in the box. So, to explain to Pakistanis in the language that they understand, this is my statement for the Pakistanis. What are you going to do about it? Let's be honest, what are you going to do about it? Your entire foreign policy is based on Kashmir. Your entire national security policy is based on Kashmir. Your tallest political leader, Imran Khan, was the Prime Minister of Pakistan when the abrogation of 370 and 35A happened, right? General Qamar Javed Bajwa was the army chief of the Pakistan Army, perhaps the most powerful man in Pakistan. Why perhaps? Definitely the most powerful man in Pakistan. What did they do? I'd like to know what did they do. Did Imran Khan do anything apart from abusing Prime Minister Modi on Twitter? To which the Prime Minister of India never responded. You don't respond to riffraff. If a dog barks, you don't respond to a dog, you ignore the dog. That is how Prime Minister Modi treated Imran Khan. He treated him like a street dog. He said, I'm not going to respond to you, keep barking. And Imran Khan kept barking, and then they put him in jail. Now he stopped barking. It doesn't matter. You can put him out of jail, and you can say that, okay, you're free to go, and he'll again start barking. It doesn't matter to us. We are the world's 5th largest economy. We are going to become the world's 3rd largest economy. We're leading the global south. Do you think we really care about what Pakistan thinks? Even Pakistanis don't care about what Pakistan thinks, yeah? Forget about Indians. You think anybody cares about what Pakistan thinks? This is illegal, that is illegal, this is wrong, this is right. Nobody cares. Pakistan as a nation is irrelevant. Nobody likes you. Even the Chinese don't like you, right? Nobody likes you at all. You have used Islam as an ATM machine, all right? You go, you take the name of Islam, you play the religious card, and what do? You beg for money, right? That's all that your country is good for, Mr. Jilani, Mr. Caretaker Foreign Minister. That's all your country is good for. Your country is only good for begging. That is what your country is known for. The people. And I'm not just saying the politicians are begging. I'm not just saying that the army generals are begging. Of course they are. And I'm not saying that your judiciary is begging. Of course they are. Remember Saqib Nisar? He begged for money to make a dam and then he ran away with that money. You have a corrupt Chief Justice. But that is not the point. The point is that everybody in Pakistan, the 250 million of you, are corrupt down to the marrow of your bones. Which is why your country will never get anywhere. Nowhere. Pakistan is going nowhere. All right? This is my answer to you. If you dare, if you actually dare, and if Kashmir is so close to you, do something. And this is my challenge to you. This is my dare to you. Do something. I want you to do something. Let's see what you do. You bunch of corrupt fat pigs. I want you to do something. Your nuclear weapons, your unfit generals, your corrupt politicians, your weaponizing of religion, your betrayal of Islam. Everything aside, do something. Do something. Fight with India, if you will. Let's see. We're going to thrash you and take off your trousers like we did on 16th of December 1971. Okay? Now, the Zara campaign sparks backlash after resemblance to Gaza destruction. Now, Zara, the famous brand, is facing a backlash after using statues with missing limbs surrounded by rubble in an advertising campaign. Images published by the Spanish retailer have been compared to the destruction in Gaza. In the photographs, model Kristen Menami also poses with mannequins wrapped in white cloth and plastic. The campaign named the jacket is part of brand Atlier's series, which it describes as a limited edition collection from the house celebrating a commitment to craftsmanship and a passion for artistic excellence. So Meline El-Turk, chief executive of fashion brand Hot Hijab, said, "This is sick. What kind of sick, twisted and sadistic images?" There is a fashion brand called Hot Hijab. Palestinian artist Hazem Harb also commented on the campaign and called for a boycott of the brand. Using death and destruction as a backdrop for fashion is beyond sinister in its complicity and should outrage us as consumers. Boycott Zara, Harb wrote on Instagram. Harb also shared footage of his 2008 video installation Burn Bodies, which was shown at Città dell'Alta Economia, Rome, and bears a resemblance to the Zara. I'm sorry for the pronunciation, guys. We'll have people correcting me now that, Major, this is not the way to say it, but I'm sorry, yeah, these are Italian, French, Spanish names. I can't pronounce them. All right. So, let's see what Zara has to say. If Zara says that the backdrop is the Gaza war, I don't think Zara is that stupid here. And I think the Palestinians are assuming a little too much. But if you want to boycott Zara, go ahead, yeah. Boycott Zara. But remember one thing. Boycott everything Christian, boycott everything Jewish. And you're making this trend on Facebook, and Mark Zuckerberg is a Jew. Boycott Facebook and boycott WhatsApp and boycott all affiliate companies. Boycott properly. Don't be selective in your boycott, because that doesn't impress everybody or anybody for that matter. Now, here is a very interesting story, and And I'm glad that the British Army is living up to traditions. What the UK government has done is 200 members of Afghan Special Forces who received training and financial support from the UK are on the brink of deportation to their Taliban-controlled home country. According to a report by the BBC, the BBC says that 200 Afghan Special Forces guys are getting deported. They're getting deported back to Afghanistan, where they face imprisonment or certain death. Death is more likely, but imprisonment, yes, of course, before they are hung or shot or whatever the Taliban does to them. These soldiers have previously fought against the Taliban and are currently situated in Pakistan, which has declared its intent to expel all Afghan refugees. Oh, they are in Pakistan, is it? Just give Pakistan money. I mean, if they're in Pakistan, they're safe because all Pakistan wants is money, that's all. Constant money, and Pakistan will make them governors and chief ministers. Yeah, it's a sold out nation. General Sir Richard Barrons, a veteran of the British Army in Afghanistan spanning 12 years, expressed his disappointment on BBC Newsnight, labeling the UK's failure to relocate these soldiers as a disgrace. He asserted that it reflects either duplicity or incompetence on the part of the nation, both of which are deemed unacceptable. Neither are acceptable. It is a betrayal, and the cost of that betrayal will be people who served with us will die or spend their lives in prison. The abandonment of the Afghan Special Forces marks a significant shift. Just 2 years ago, then UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson assured Parliament that the contribution of these forces was incredibly important, pledging to secure a safe passage for them. You know what they should do? Pakistan has a program here. Pakistan has a program. And I don't know what... I think that I was making fun of this program, but now it looks viable. Pakistan has a program under which you can pay money, and many countries have it, but those are good countries. Those are good countries. I don't know why a rubbish bin like Pakistan has something like that. Why should a rubbish bin like Pakistan say that, pay us money and we'll give you citizenship? What the British should do is, there are only 200 of them. Give money to Pakistan, right? Make them Pakistani citizens. Then they'll go nowhere. That's it. Because Pakistan, I was reading during Imran Khan's time, there was a law that you could pay money and become a citizen of Pakistan. Right? Pay money, become a citizen of Pakistan. So you don't have to take these special forces guys. Ideally, these special forces guys should become UK citizens. Ideally. That is the honorable thing to do. Right? And I'm glad that this British general has the spine to speak up publicly on BBC and say that, no, this is wrong. You've got to take care of your soldiers, yeah. Whether they're allies or your own soldiers, these are your boys. And this is where the famous Chetwood credo comes in between, that the safety, honor and welfare of my country comes first. Always and every time. The safety and welfare of the men I command comes next. My own safety and welfare comes last. This is what they teach in the Indian Army, and this goes on from the time of the British Army. The British wrote this, yeah. Lord Philip Chetwood wrote this. So he was a Britisher, so this is what I'm saying. What they should do is two things. Pay money to the Pakistanis, under Pakistani law, make them citizens of Pakistan so they do not get deported back to Afghanistan. But number one priority should be, they should ideally become UK citizens. Keep your word, be men of honor. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to the question and answers. This is Anjanin Jan. Major Saab, most of the Kashmiri leaders have houses in Chennai in posh areas, including Mufti Sahiba's sister. All their houses are in multiple grounds in the heart of the city, from quarter to half-acre houses. The Kashmiri leaders consider Chennai as haven. Does the Indian leader know about this? All of this happened between 1989 and 2000. So even I don't know about this. I'm not aware of Kashmiri leaders owning houses in Chennai. But I will not be surprised if they have houses in major Indian cities, because they certainly do have houses. The Hurriyat, Sayyid Gilani had a house in Delhi. He's no more, but that house still exists. I don't know with whom that house is right now, but this guy actually bought a multi-crore house, and he was on a pension because he used to be an MLA. He had a pension of 60,000 rupees per month. And on a pension of 60,000 rupees, he bought a house which is probably, I'm not sure of the exact cost, but probably between 35 crores to 50 crores. Yeah. I don't know the exact cost of that house in South Delhi, but it's like a bungalow, it's like a koti. So I don't know about Chennai, whether these guys have, Mehbooba Mufti and other people have houses in Chennai. I'm not aware of that. but I will not be surprised if they do. The second is from Whispering Lotus. I wish I had your name, sir or ma'am. Is it better not to include the salaries of Indian Armed Forces personnel in the total defense budget? Most of our defense budget is comprised of salaries. See, no. So, there are various things. So, you are saying that keep the pension budget away from the defense budget, right? If I get your question correctly. Now, the problem is that it doesn't matter whether you pay from the left pocket or the right pocket, right? This is the money, tax money, which you and I pay, and this comes from the government of India's coffers. So it doesn't really matter, right? You can put them in two different buckets. How does it matter? I'll tell you what should be done. We should take care of our soldiers, right? We need to take care of them in a much better fashion, all right? We need to give them all the facilities, because once a person has fought for his country, that man is a hero. And it's our job to take care. We need a bigger defense budget. 3% of GDP. 3%. You want to face the Chinese, you want to crush the Chinese and the Pakistanis? 3%. And then you'll see magic. Yes, currently, most of our defense budget goes into paying salaries. All right? That part is true. But the solution is not to remove that pension and salaries budget and keep it elsewhere. You're just removing the pie and, what remains, remains. You're saying that spend this. It's still additional money that the government has to pay. The best thing is increase this budget. Increase the defense budget, right? So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata ki Jai.